Oh, good afternoon or good evening. It's May 27 at 8:25 in the afternoon, 2014. I just shoveled all the Dills Atlantic plants, and the show winner is in the back. Also, I not planted, but I gave them some. After I tilled it out, I gave them some micos and some expert fertilizer so that I could feed them outside of the hills. And I just gave them each hill 4 gallons of water, which I'll show you the other hills. But before that, I was using advanced nutrients, which is tarantula, piranha, voodoo juice, and B52, and this is what happens on the Dills Atlantic. These came out of a 2,000-pound pumpkin off eBay from a guy and my girlfriend bought. They're looking pretty good. So far I put the that expert fertilizer and the micos around the whole perimeter of the plant, and here in a few days I'll give them the advanced nutrients. There's a Big Moon volunteer from last year. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, because I need this whole area for this plant. And behind me, which is right here, this is from the front yard. So we'll go to the back. I put in about 2.5 hours worth of work. I did everything all by hand. So we'll see what all the Dills Atlantic #1 hill looks like. There's 3 plants. As again, around the perimeter, as you can see, I gave them the micos and the expert fertilizer after I shoveled, and I gave them about 4 to 8 gallons of water back here because it was humid today. So that's the size of the leaves of the first plant. There's 3 plants in here. They're looking pretty good, healthy. Very healthy. So far, this plant right here is the biggest out of the bunch. Tarantula, piranha, voodoo juice, and B52 is what's doing it. And also I'm using maxi crop seaweed on the off peak. Like if I did today with the advanced nutrients, in 3 or 4 days I'll give them seaweed just to help them out. Here's the other hill, the second hill of the Dills Atlantic. As again, there's 3 plants in here. I shoveled all the way around just to give some loose soil, that way I don't have to use the tiller. The leaves are pretty big and healthy. Starting to see male flowers starting to grow on them, on both of them. So we'll go to the, excuse me, the third hill, which is called a show winner. We will see what happens. And I think there's 3 plants in here. I don't know what happened to this leaf here on this plant, besides it could be a frostbite and some wind damage, but one plant's pretty healthy. Yep. Looking good. Let's see what happens after this micos and expert fertilizer happens. And then I'll give them the advanced nutrients again. The first hill I just showed you, this is the 4th hill. This came out of the 2,000-pound Dills Atlantic guy from eBay that my girlfriend bought. There's 2 plants in here. They are a week behind of the other hills. So, yeah, they're doing pretty good. Just been using the garden hose back here as a slow drip. Yeah. We'll see what happens this year. We'll go back here to the potatoes. They're not looking too bad. No bugs on them. Nothing. Crazy. Look at the sunflowers. I gave them the voodoo juice. And I gave them what was left of the water from the advanced nutrients. I gave them the tarantula, the piranha, and the B52. And the voodoo juice all in one. And they shot up. Very healthy. We'll see what happens. Well, I guess we'll check back in a few days and see what this fertilizer is going to do. In the time, it's supposed to rain the next 5 to 6 days. But overall, that's the second hill. That hill and this hill is the biggest. It's unbelievable with the advanced nutrients. I mean, shoot. That was the same as the big moons from last year, but this is just a tiny baby right now. So we will see what happens in a few days later.